Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Legal Guru Alim. Today I am going to discuss on the very crucial issue, the Assam Cattle Prevention Act 2021. I select some topics on Assam Cattle Prevention Act 2021. At first, the prohibition of transport of cattle. Number 2, prohibition of slaughter of cattle without the permission from the competent authority. Prohibition on sale of beef and beef products, and penalties of the checked and offence to be cognizable or non-cognizable or exception in this act. I am first start on prohibition of transport of cattle. In this act, actually, transport of cattle is actually prohibition in this act. No person shall transport or offer to be transport or cause to be transport any cattle with valid permits from any place of the state through Assam to any place outside the state of Assam. Any place within the state of Assam to be placed outside of Assam, where slaughter of cattle is not regulated by law. No person shall transport or offer for transport or cause to be transport any cattle from any place of other state or any place with the state of slaughter where the punishable under this act. Number 2, prohibition of slaughter of cattle without certificate from the competent authority. Notwithstanding any other law for time being in force or any uses of the contrary, no person shall slaughter or cause to be slaughtered or offer to be caused to be offered or slaughtered any cattle unless he had obtained in respect thereof the certificate in writing issued by the registered veterinary officer under the Animal and Husbandry Department for the area in which the cattle is to be slaughtered. That the cattle is fit for the slaughter. No certificate under subsection 1 shall be issued. Veterinary officer is of the opinion that the cattle not being a cow is over 14 years of age. The cattle not being a cow is over 14 years of age. Number 2, the cattle not being a cow or heifer or calf has become a permanently incapacitated from work or breeding due to accidental injury or deformity. Number 3, the volunteer officer, the veterinary officer shall maintain all record of issuance of the refusal of such certificate for the future reference and inspection by the prescribed authority, provided that if veterinary officer refuses to issue such certificate, he shall record it in writing and communicated the same to applicant. The prescribed authority may be any time for the purpose of satisfying itself as to be legality or the property of any such certificate or order to refusal such certificate issued by the veterinary officer under this section, call for examination for record of any catch and may be pass such order thereon as he deem fit. Prohibition of sale of beef and beef products. Prohibition on sale of beef and its beef products. It is the very important topics of this bill. In this bill, it is the very important topic in this bill. Prohibition of sale of beef and the beef products. Now I am going to talk on these topics. No person shall directly or indirectly sell or offer to expose for the sale of by beef or the beef products in any form except at the places permitted to do so by the competent authority, provided that no such permission shall be granted in such areas which are predominantly inhabited by Hindu, Jain, Sikh and the other non-beef eating communities, or within a radius of 5 km of any temple, shatra or other the religious institution belonging to Hindu religion and any other institution or area as may be prescribed by the competent authority. And any other important part of this act is penalties. If anybody is violation the rules of the Assam Cattle Prevention Act 2020, then they should be given penalties like whoever contravenes any other provision contained in this act under section 5, 6 and 7 shall be guilty of offence punishable with imprisonment for term which shall not be less than 3 years and which may be extended to 8 years, and with fine which shall not be less than 3 lakhs rupees may be extended to the 8 lakhs or with both, provided that after considering the fact and circumstance of this case and after hearing the public prosecutor on the question of sentence, the trial court may be for the reasons recorded in writing impose lesser punishment than the minimum prescribed by the penalty under this section. And number 2, whoever after conviction of an offence under this act is again found to be guilty an offence under this act shall be punishable double punishment, provided for the said offence for the second and subsequent conviction. The offence of the Assam Cattle Prevention Act is cognizable and non-bailable offence. The Assam Cattle Prevention Act has some exception in this matter, subject to such condition as may be prescribed in this act shall not apply to any cattle operated upon the vaccine, serum or any experimental or the research purpose or the institution established, conducted or the recognized by the state government, by the central government. Number 2, any cattle slaughter of which is certified by the veterinary officer authorized in this behalf by the state government to be necessary in the interest of the public health. B number, slaughter of the cattle which is suffering from the disease which is certified by the veterinary officer authorized by the state government as being incurable or the infections or contagious of the dangerous to be other cattle. Slaughter of the cattle not being a cow or heifer or the calf or such religious occasion as may be prescribed, provided that in this case of the cattle belonging to the central government in the Ministry of Defence, certificate by the issued by veterinary officer of the Indian Army. Slaughter of cattle on the basis of certificate issued under Section 5 and the slaughter of the cattle other than cow, heifer or the calf and supply of their flesh, therefore to the estate Jew or the other authorized similar setup for the purpose of feeding and animals fair are also the exempted from the operation of this act. Any cattle slaughter under subsection 1 and clause 1 and subsection 1 clause 2 subclause A and B shall be disposed of the other supervision of a veterinary officer not below the rank of veterinary officer of the department and animal husbandry and the veterinary in such manner as may be prescribed. No such disposal shall be yield and commercial value whatsoever. And last, in this act, the police person seized the cattle from the smuggler. In the time of smuggling, the police person sent to the all smuggling cattle to the Goshala. State government may be established or directly any local authority or the permitted society registered under the Societies Regulation Act 1960 or any center or the association of the organization of established institution including the Goshalas at such place as may be deemed to the necessary for taking care of the cattle for the house thereto. Thank you for all. At last, the Goshala. Goshala, what is Goshala? Somebody knows about the Goshala and maximum persons don't know what is Goshala. Goshala means a shelter established for the protection. A shelter established for the protection and preservation of the cattle registered as such with the Department of Animal Husbandry and the veterinary under the state of central law. Thank you.